There exists a profound yearning that pulses in every heart, a flame of aspiration crying out for more. Perhaps it is the thirst for an abundance that transcends the merely financial, a richness that nourishes the soul and life itself. Or perhaps it is the desire for deeper, more meaningful connections, a love that resonates with the very essence of being, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. It may also be the pursuit of freedom, not merely the absence of constraints, but the expansion of consciousness, the capacity to live in full authenticity, guided by one's inner truth. This desire to go beyond, to manifest a reality that mirrors the purest essence of what we are capable of being and having, is sacred. It is the universe's voice whispering within us, an invitation to co-create the life of our dreams. Oftentimes, we find ourselves ensnared in a cycle of effort and frustration, believing that great achievements demand unyielding willpower, an iron discipline that always seems to elude us. We look at our most ambitious goals and feel the weight of the distance, the mountain to be scaled, and doubt begins to creep in. Are we truly capable? Does the universe conspire in our favor, or are we alone on this journey? This sense of disconnection, of our deepest desires remaining out of reach, is a common experience, yet it is not our ultimate destiny. The truth is that manifestation is not a battle against ourselves or against circumstances, but rather a harmonious dance with the energies that govern existence. It is easy to fall into the trap of believing that an ideal life is something that arrives suddenly, a cosmic gift bestowed upon us when we deserve it or when external conditions become perfect. However, reality, when viewed with the clarity of consciousness, reveals a different pattern. Our goals, when properly aligned, are not isolated entities vying for attention. On the contrary, they possess an intrinsic force that, when directed, amplifies itself. Consider two goals that move in the same direction, such as the desire to read more and the longing for a restorative night's sleep. Those who seek better sleep naturally find more pleasure in quiet reading before bed, and those who dedicate themselves to reading before sleep often discover that this ritual calms the mind, facilitating slumber. They do not compete, they attract and mutually reinforce each other. Similarly, prioritizing one's health and having more energy for work are not separate objectives, they are facets of the same coin. When you choose nutritious foods and engage in physical activity, your body responds with vitality, and this vitality translates into greater readiness and clarity for your professional tasks. This intertwining of purposes is the key to unlocking a powerful, and surprisingly lighter, flow of manifestation. It is not about adding more tasks to your list, but about discovering the synergy, the natural intelligence that exists when we allow our aspirations to work in concert, rather than in isolation. The magic, therefore, lies in how we orchestrate this synergy. The secret isn't in superhuman willpower, which inevitably falters, but in sharp focus and intelligent strategy that minimizes resistance. The focus here isn't just on knowing what you want, but on feeling the truth of that desire deep within your core, allowing it to become an unshakable beacon on your journey. It's about clarity regarding the essence of what you yearn for, as it is this clarity that attracts aligned circumstances and opportunities. Concurrently, friction reduction is paramount. Consider the barriers, the obstacles, the minor irritations that prevent us from acting. It is these small resistances, often invisible, that sabotage our best-laid plans. And this is where an incredibly simple yet revolutionary principle comes into play, the 2-minute rule. If a task, any task related to your goal, can be started in 2 minutes or less, do it now. Don't wait for the right moment, don't procrastinate. Just begin. This practice transforms grand objectives into a series of small victories, each serving as a trigger for the next. It's akin to pushing a swing for the first time. A small initial impetus creates momentum that sustains and grows. When two goals align in the same direction, they naturally attract each other. Akin to reading more and sleeping better, or prioritizing health and possessing greater energy for work. The key lies in focus, clarity regarding what you genuinely desire, friction reduction, eliminating obstacles that impede action, and the celebrated 2-minute rule: if a task can be initiated in 2 minutes or less, do it now. The magic unfolds when you transform minor actions into mutually reinforcing triggers. Consequently, goals cease to be distant promises and evolve into a self-sustaining system, drawing you closer to your desired life, step by step. This is the pathway to unlocking a potent flow, where your objectives are no longer burdens but rather allies in your co-creative journey. From this juncture, we shall delve deeper into the operational mechanics of this law within our universe. We will unveil the vibrational and energetic mechanisms that orchestrate the manifestation of your deepest desires into your reality. Prepare yourself for a profound transformation, as the very fabric of your thought processes, emotional states, and habitual actions is poised for a redefinition, thereby aligning you with the inherent flow of abundance, love, and freedom that you rightfully deserve. This endeavor transcends a mere voyage of self-discovery. It is an active practice in sculpting your destiny, progressing incrementally with unwavering grace and profound confidence. Now, let's delve into how the energy of thought and emotion intertwines with the practice of small, consistent actions to create a powerful ripple effect on our goals. The strength lies not in the momentary intensity of a desire, but in the sustained quality of the vibration we emit. When you focus on a goal, say, honing your communication skills to excel in your career, and simultaneously cultivate a feeling of confidence and clarity about that ability, you are emitting a potent energetic signal. This emission is not merely a fleeting thought, it's a state of being that resonates with the universe. The key is to ensure your thoughts and emotions are in alignment. If you think, "I need to improve my communication," but feel anxiety or insecurity about it, there's dissonance. The universe responds to the predominant vibration, which, in this instance, would be that of lack or difficulty. True co-creation occurs when the thought, "I am an effective and confident communicator," is accompanied by the corresponding emotion of joy, certainty, and enthusiasm. This mind-heart coherence is what amplifies the force of attraction, transforming a desire into an imminent reality. Consider the practical application of the 2-minute rule within this framework. If your objective is to enhance communication, a 2-minute action could involve opening a document and drafting the title of a topic you wish to discuss in a meeting, or simply practicing a confident greeting in front of a mirror. These actions, in isolation, may appear trivial. However, when imbued with clear intention and a sense of forward momentum, they transform into vibrational anchors. Each small, successful endeavor, executed with the correct emotional state, sends a ripple of affirmation to your subconscious and to the surrounding energy field. It's akin to sowing tiny seeds of light that, collectively, cultivate a magnetic field of attraction for greater opportunities. The crux of the matter isn't merely completing the task, but rather the manner in which you approach it. An action performed with reluctance and stress generates a vibration of resistance, irrespective of its brevity. Conversely, undertaking the same task with a sense of purpose, anticipating the reward, and experiencing the joy of progress emits a frequency of alignment and receptivity. Furthermore, it is crucial to grasp that friction reduction extends beyond merely eliminating external impediments. It also involves dissolving internal resistances. Oftentimes, the most significant obstacle to action is a deeply ingrained limiting belief. For instance, if you aspire to communicate more effectively but secretly harbor the conviction that you are not naturally eloquent or that your ideas lack inherent value, this belief will act as a magnet, drawing experiences that validate this perspective. The 2-minute rule can be adapted for this context as well, albeit in a distinct manner. Rather than an external action, the 2-minute action might manifest as a concise yet potent affirmation, such as, "I express myself with clarity and confidence," or a moment of gratitude for your capacity to learn and evolve. These subtle mental and emotional practices serve to attenuate limiting beliefs, thereby creating fertile ground for novel insights and a burgeoning sense of competence. In doing so, you are not merely taking steps toward a goal. You are actively rewriting the internal code that governs your manifestations, paving a more fluid and natural path forward. To illustrate, consider someone who desires greater professional recognition. The 2-minute rule could be applied as follows: before sending an important email, take 2 minutes to breathe deeply, visualize the positive response you wish to receive, and feel gratitude for this anticipation. This practice, though brief, alters the energy of the communication. Instead of sending an email with the hope of being noticed, you send it with the vibrational certainty that your value will be acknowledged. This subtle yet potent shift in your energetic frequency can be the very factor that attracts the desired attention, the opportunity to present your ideas, or the recognition you seek. It exemplifies the intelligence of interconnected goal systems at work, a small practice of energetic alignment, which in turn attracts circumstances that reinforce this new vibration, thereby creating a self-sustaining virtuous cycle of manifestation. As these insights intertwine, a tapestry of profound wisdom regarding the art of co-creation emerges. We discern that the driving force behind our loftiest aspirations lies not in Herculean, solitary endeavor, but rather in the subtle orchestration of our internal energies with the universal laws that govern existence. It is the clarity of purpose, coupled with the sagacity to minimize resistance, that illuminates the path toward perpetual flow. The journey of transforming desires into tangible reality is, in essence, a practice of vibrational refinement, wherein each minute, intentional action becomes a link in an ever-strengthening chain of power. It is akin to observing a river that, throughout its course, receives tributaries that bolster and direct it with greater vigor toward the ocean, its ultimate destination. This convergence of intent and action, when harmonized with the correct frequency, engenders an irresistible field of attraction, shaping reality in ways previously deemed unattainable. Reflecting on this journey thus far, it becomes evident that manifestation is an organic process, a natural unfolding when we permit our goals to operate in concert. True mastery lies not in imposing our will, but in cultivating a state of alignment so profound that reality simply bends to our highest expression. Obstacles that once appeared insurmountable begin to dissolve when approached with the right strategy, not through brute force, but via the intelligence of simplicity and gentle persistence. It is akin to untangling a complex knot. Pulling too forcefully may only tighten it further, whereas a delicate, strategic touch, applied in the correct direction, allows it to loosen with ease. This wisdom beckons us to trust in the universe's inherent intelligence and our own capacity to attune ourselves to it. As we draw nearer to the conclusion of this exploration, the image that emerges is that of an ecosystem of desires, where each element is interconnected and mutually reinforcing. Clarity regarding what we seek, the strategic removal of impediments, and the execution of incredibly small yet powerful initial steps create a snowball effect. It is no longer about battling inertia, but about generating self-sustaining momentum, fueled by the energy of aligned belief and emotion. This is the secret to transforming aspiration into reality, not through an isolated act of force, but through an intelligent and harmonious system of small actions that pull one another along, gently guiding us toward the life we long to live. Understanding these dynamics opens a new horizon of possibilities, where manifestation is viewed not as a future event, but as a continuous process of alignment and expansion. We thus arrive at the essence of what it means to co-create a reality that pulsates with our deepest truth. The journey of transforming distant goals into lived experiences lies in the realization that the power resides not in titanic effort, but in the wisdom of aligning our innermost desires with the natural flow of the universe. We've seen how crystalline clarity about what we truly aim for acts as a beacon, attracting the energies and opportunities that resonate with that intention. The reduction of friction, in turn, is the art of smoothing the path, removing the stones and obstacles the mind sometimes projects, allowing movement toward the goal to become fluid and effortless. And, amidst all this, the 2-minute rule emerges not merely as a technique, but as a gateway to consistent action, an invitation to honor each small step, transforming it into a trigger for the next. Every action initiated in under 2 minutes, when imbued with intention and positive emotion, is not just an isolated act, it is a seed planted in the garden of manifestation, which germinates and attracts more of the same energy. The true magic, however, lies not merely in the sum of these parts, but in the profound realization that our goals are not disparate entities vying for our attention, but rather interwoven threads within a grander tapestry. When two objectives align and proceed in the same direction, they mutually reinforce one another, cultivating a synergistic field of attraction that exponentially accelerates our progress. Prioritizing one's health to foster greater energy for work, or committing to reading more and achieving better sleep, these are exemplars of how life naturally presents us with pathways where one aspiration propels another. By acknowledging and nurturing these synergies, we deactivate the need for relentless willpower, as the system itself becomes self-sustaining, propelled by an internal momentum that is replenished with each minor triumph. This is the intelligence of the universe operating through us, guiding us toward a state where manifestation becomes an organic process of being and doing. The most profound implication of this discovery is that the life we desire is not a final destination to be attained after an arduous battle, but rather an experience to be co-created moment by moment, through the quality of our energy and the consistency of our aligned actions. True practice begins now, in the instant you choose clarity over confusion, simple action over procrastination, and trust in your capacity to attract over doubt. Allow this understanding to anchor itself within your being. You are not merely pursuing goals, you are cultivating a state of being that naturally draws to itself that which resonates with your highest vibration. Every breath, every intentional thought, every step taken with purpose is an act of co-creation. Embrace this truth and feel the lightness that arises from knowing you are the conductor of your reality, orchestrating a symphony of desires that draw and manifest with grace and abundance. The life you yearn for is not waiting in some distant future, it is being woven, now, with every aligned choice you make.